The organs of the male reproductive system work together to produce sperm. But what is sperm? It's a cell made by men that when it joins to an egg made by the woman, creates a baby. The male reproductive system includes the testes, that are oval-shaped and grow to be about 2 inches, that produce hormones including testosterone and sperm. The seminiferous tubules, that are inside the ovules and produce sperm. The epididymis is where the sperm matures. Vas deferens transport the sperm from the epididymis to the ejaculatory duct. The ejaculatory duct is about 2 centimeters in length and transports the sperm to the urethra. The urethra is a tube that carries urine from the bladder to the outside of the body, but it also carries semen, that is a liquid that has sperms and substances that are produced by the glands, like the prostate gland that contributes additional fluid to ejaculate, the seminal vesicle, that is a sugar-rich fluid that provides sperm with a source of energy to help them move, and the bulbourethral gland, that produces a slippery fluid that serves to lubricate the urethra and to neutralize acidity or pee. We will also mention the bladder, that's where we keep the pee. Now, to know the path that the sperm follows from the testes to the urethra, we must know that the testes are divided in lobules that contain seminar tubules that produce sperm. Sperm moves through the seminiferous tubules to the efferent tubules to the epididymis where they mature. The end of the epididymis forms the vas deferens. These structures send the sperm towards the ejaculatory ducts. The seminal vesicles are glands at the base of the bladder that produce seminal fluid. Together with the vas deferens, they form the ejaculatory ducts. During ejaculation, these ducts eject sperm into the male urethra. The prostate gland surrounds the prostatic urethra just below the bladder, the fluid it secretes. The bulbourethral gland produces alkaline mucus secretion that empty into the urethra. The urethra passes through the penis carrying semen, a mixture of sperms and secretion of the glands. Now the external genitalia include the penis, the scrotum, and the testicles. The penis, in addition to its sexual function, acts as a conduit for urine and semen to leave the body. The scrotum is the body's way of controlling the climate of the testes, protect the testes, and guarantee maturing of sperm before discharge. And the testicles are the ones we already explained. The hypothalamus ultimately controls the functions of the testes because it secretes a hormone called gonadotropin releasing hormone, or GnRH, that stimulates the anterior pituitary gland to secrete the gonadotrophic hormones that control the testes. The gonadotrophic hormones are follicle-stimulating hormone, or FSH, and luteinizing hormone, or LH, and they are found in both males and in females. In males, FSH promotes the production of sperm in the seminiferous tubules, and LH promotes the production of testosterone by the interstitial cells. All these hormones are controlled by negative feedback mechanisms, which maintain the production of sperm and testosterone within normal range. Testosterone is the main sex hormone in males secreted by the testicles and is essential for the normal development and functioning of the male sex organs. Males are usually taller than females and have broader shoulders and longer legs relative to trunk length. They also develop a larger larynx with longer vocal cords than females do, resulting in a deeper voice and a more prominent Adam's apple. Testosterone causes males to develop hair on the face and chest, and sometimes on the back.
Well, hello, I'm going to explain the structure of the male reproductive system now. We are going to start with the penis. There is a male organ of sexual intercourse. It has a long shaft and a large type called the glans penis, which is covered and beard by a layer of foreskin. The shaft of the penis has a spongy, erectile tissue containing distensible blood spaces. When a man is sexually excited, the arteries in the penis relax and widen, increasing blood flow to the penis, causing it to become enlarged and erect. Although the veins is usually carry blood away from the penis got compressed, thus maintaining the erection. The testes. The testes are the male gonad that make sex hormones and produce sperm. They are found inside the scrotum. The testes are divided into compartments called lobules, which contain tightly coiled seminiferous tubules. A cross-section of the seminiferous tubule shows that it's packed with the cells undergoing spermatogenesis, the production of sperm. The scrotum regulates the temperature of the testes and maintains it at 35 degrees Celsius, 2 degrees below the body temperature of 37 degrees. Higher temperatures affect spermatogenesis. A temperature control is accomplished by the mid muscle of the scrotum moving the testicles either closer to or further away from the abdomen dependent upon the ambient temperature. Prostate gland. During the male ejaculation, sperm is transmitted from the ductus deferens into the male urethra via the ejaculatory ducts, which lies within the prostate gland. It is possible for men to achieve orgasm lengthily through the stimulation of the prostate gland, such as the prostate massage or receptive anal intercourse. The seminal vesicles secrete a significant proportion of the fluid that ultimately becomes semen. The fusin granules from dead facial cells give the secretion a yellowish color. The function of the vas deferens, also called ductus deferens, is to transport sperm from the epididymis to the ejaculatory ducts for the production of the ejaculation. The epididymis is a long coiled tube that stores sperm and transports it from the testes. The bulboretal gland contributes about 5% of the ejaculate. The secretion is a clear fluid that is rich in mucoproteins. The secretion also helps to lubricate the distal urethra. The male urethra connects the urinary bladder to the penis. Once the bladder becomes full, urine flows through the urethra and leaves the body at the urethral meatus, which is located at the tip of the penis. The urethra is more than just an urinary duct. It also serves as a conduit for semen and sperm during sexual acts.
The organs that make up the female reproductive system are the fallopian tubes, the ovaries, the uterus, the cervix, and the vagina. The oocyte travels from the ovary to the fallopian tube, where fertilization of the egg with the sperm takes place in the oviduct. The resulting zygote continues to divide as it travels toward the uterus, becoming an embryo. The embryo reaches the uterus in 1 week. Now I'm going to identify the major components of the female external genitalia. This is called the vulva. Here's the mons pubis. This is the labia majora. This is the clitoris, the urethral opening, the vaginal opening, and labia minora. The uterus is a hollow muscular organ about the size and shape of an inverted pear. It is lined with a vascular tissue called the endometrium. And this is where the embryo is embedded when it reaches the uterus in a process called implantation. The vagina is a long muscular tube that lies at 45-degree angle to the lower back. It receives the penis during sexual intercourse and serves as both the birth canal and the exit for the monthly menstrual flow. The cervix is the connection between the uterus and the vagina. The oviducts or fallopian tubes extend from the uterus to the ovaries, but they are not attached to the ovaries. Rather, they end in a finger-like projections called fimbriae, that together with the ciliated lining of the oviducts guides the egg into the oviduct and sweeps it together with the uterus. The ovaries are located in one of each sides of the upper pelvis, whose functions are to produce the oocytes or eggs in a process called oogenesis. And the female sex hormones estrogen and progesterone, which are the hormones that control the uterine cycle. One egg is usually produced per month in one of the ovaries and then released into the oviduct in a process called ovulation. The hypothalamus is part of the brain and functions as an integrating center that helps maintain homeostasis by regulating hunger, sleep, thirst, body temperature, and water balance. The hypothalamus also produces hormones and controls the pituitary gland by producing hypothalamic releasing hormones and hypothalamic inhibiting hormones, thus serving as a link between the nervous and endocrine systems. The pituitary gland is an endocrine gland that can be divided into posterior and anterior pituitary glands. Neurons in the hypothalamus, called neurosecretory cells, produce the hormones antidiuretic hormone and oxytocin. The hormone oxytocin causes uterine contraction during childbirth and milk letdown during lactation. The uterine cycle or menstrual cycle is the regular natural changes that occur in the uterus and ovaries that make pregnancy possible. The cycle is required for the production of oocytes and the preparation of the uterus for pregnancy. Can you explain us how to use a condom?
Yes, of course. We will use a cucumber for this presentation and my colleague Andy will help us demonstrate. First, we have our condom. We will check that the bag is puffy so we can see that the condom is not punctured. Now, we will carefully open the condom from the serrated point. Now, we completely open our package and carefully take the condom out. Now, to know where the tip is facing, we will carefully blow it. To correctly place it on the penis, we will pinch the tip to make sure no bubbles of air are left inside, because if they are, it might break. Now we place the condom on top of the penis and carefully slide it down.
Hormonal methods are very effective means of birth control. The birth control pills contain various mixtures of estrogens and progestin chemicals that prevent pregnancy mainly by negative feedback inhibition of FSH and LH. The low levels of these two hormones prevent the development of the follicle, and the estrogen doesn't rise. Some of the benefits of oral contraceptive are regulation of the length of menstrual cycles and decreased menstrual flow. However, they may not be good for women with a history of blood clotting. When you take the pill correctly, it's almost 100% effective. The emergency contraception, also known as the morning after pill, contain high levels of estrogens and progestin, which give negative feedback inhibition of FSH and LH secretion, causing the ovaries to cease secretion of their estrogens and progesterone. When two pills are taken within 72 hours after unprotected intercourse and another two pills are taken 2 hours later, the chance of pregnancy is reduced by 70%.